Very good morning. So today I'm going to start VMware 8 version series tutorial to set up the lab from the scratch. So step by step how we are installing, configuring VMware hypervisor in real-time environment I'll show you. So minimum requirements for VMware ESXi 8.0. So this is the latest version. So I'm going to explain here. So you can see this, the processor. The processor means CPU. So Intel and AMD, both versions are supported. So whatever the machine you have taken, only two types of processors are available in entire world. Okay, to set up your data center. One is a Intel processors, another one is a AMD processors. So in Intel, sixth generation processors are required. Sixth generation processor and plus. So any other seventh generation, eighth generations also okay. If you go for AMD related processors, Zen 2 plus processor is required. So any one you can take it, that's based on your requirement. So right now in our environment, we are using Intel based processors, Intel Xeon based processor we are using. So in that only we are going to set up. Okay. Now, what is a RAM? Minimum is 8 GB of RAM is required. Minimum 8 GB of RAM is required for to run VMware ESXi 8.0. So even we have enough RAM is available. So almost I am providing 48 GB of RAM for our ESX server. 48 GB of RAM I am providing for our ESX server. So 12 GB plus to run VMs. So suppose if you want to run any virtual machines on the ESX server, minimum 12 GB plus is required. Minimum 12 GB is required. So I already told 48 GB of RAM we are using in our environment. So we don't have any problem with this RAM and CPU configuration. And coming to the network card. So network card is a 1 GB network card. Yes, nowadays every system comes with a 1 GB per second. Okay, 1 GB gigabyte network card is available. Even laptops also available. Even in our system, whatever we are using. So in the system, 1 GB network card is available. Okay. And the next one, storage requirement. 32 GB disk is required. That is a SSD or hard disk. I'm using SSD. SSD is a latest and speed hard disk model, and HDD is a old type model and it's very slow. And now 32 GB. I'm giving 800 GB of storage. So 32 GB is minimum requirement for hypervisor installation, but I'm providing 48 GB of 800 GB of storage I'm providing. 800 GB of storage I'm providing. Okay. Now, other than any virtual machines, if you are using, okay, other than any virtual machines, if you are using, so you need to provide more than 32 GB of storage. More than 32 GB of storage is required. Understood? See, you can create a virtual machine storage. So we need additional storage we need to maintain. So more than 32 GB, 800 GB I already maintain in my system. So now, first of all, we need to go to VMware site to download the software package. But you need to download with the login credentials. Without login credentials, we will not able to download it. So here VMware Hypervisor 8 we need to download. If you have a permissions, only you can download. We have already downloaded VMware 8, okay, VMware 8 version, and which is already downloaded on my local PC. So no problem. In case if you want to set up your own lab, you can please reach me personally. I will provide the software. Okay, I will provide the software, you can download and you can maintain. So as I told, with this configuration only you can set up your lab, otherwise not possible. Okay. So trial means 60 days they'll be providing. Once you install, 60 days we can use this lab. After that you need to install the license. So this is a software which is downloaded. Next, the software you should not directly install on the server. Okay. So what you need to do, there is a software name called Rufus. The Rufus software you need to download on your PC, and you can take a minimum 16 GB of pen drive. 16 GB and above pen drive you can take it. And insert the pen drive into your system and open the Rufus, and whatever the software you downloaded, the software you need to select here, and you need to click source is your ISO file and destination is your pen drive, and you can click OK. What will happen with this Rufus software? The Rufus software, it will create a bootable USB drive. It will create a bootable USB drive. That means when you insert the pen drive, after rebooting your system, it start installing the ESXi on your computer. So normally software cannot be installed directly on the physical machine. Any physical machine, if operating system or hypervisor, if you want to install, you should make a bootable your drive. So bootable drive with help of Rufus software. There's so many types of softwares are there, but now we are using only Rufus software. So now once Rufus software you downloaded, and you can take like this, and you can select your software where it is available. So now you need to select, and the destination is your pen drive. So now once you click that, it is bootable, get successful. So now bootable pen drive is ready now. Now let's take a server. Let's take a server. So once the server we purchased are maybe ready, then you can insert the pen drive and you can start install the ESXi. So now the pen drive is installed, and the machine is started to install the ESXi. So now this is a screen you will get. Okay, this is a screen you will get to install VMware ESXi. So now the VMware welcomes to install 8. version, and please enter to continue. Press F11 for end user license agreement. Then it will scan your all devices and it will check the storage. You can select the local storage, how much you want based on your hard disk size. So we have a providing 800 GB in our lab. After that, you please enter OK. So when you are selecting the disk, entire disk will be get deleted, formatted, and it will install fresh ESX server. So keyboard type is US default keyboard, and set your root username and password. Set username and password. So username is root by default for ESX server, and password make it a complex password. Okay. So enter the password and confirm the password and click continue. So F11 for installation on the specific drive, and now the installation is started. It will take a 2 to 3 minutes. It will take a 2 to 3 minutes. So please wait. That's it. Successfully ESXi is installed, and now press enter to reboot your server. So once you reboot the server, so this is the screen you will get. This is the screen you will get. So by default, the screen will be like this. So now after that, you need to configure the IP address and configure the network settings, and anything if you want to configure inside the server, you can go ahead. So now let's go to the lab. See guys, this is our this is our ESXi 8.0 is ready now. So now I need to provide username is a root, and after that password. So password is confidential. Hit enter. So once you're logging in, if you want to change the password, you can change the password for ESXi and press F2. Enter the password once again. Now I'm going to set the management network configuration. So here at present I have only one network adapter is there. So IPv4, I'm going to set a static IP. So this IP address will be provided by your network administrator. So in my lab, I know what is IP address I need to configure. This is the IP address I have set up, 101. So that's it. After I configured the IP address, I'll going back. So this is my server look likes. This is my server look like separately. So next step is how to connect the server remotely. How to connect this server and manage the server remotely. So everybody is clear now?
Yes, yes.
Guys, so now in the next video, I'll show you how to connect the ESX server remotely by using the browser. Then we can start managing the ESX server so that we can see in the next video. Thank you.